Welcome back to another Motivational Monday with Will Jenkins. I just want to say I'm absolutely blessed and excited for everything that's been going on in life. Today, what I want to talk about is something that I see nowadays, and I realize that it's affecting not just my generation; it's affecting people throughout the whole world, and that's everyone's so focused on trying to figure out how things are done. And that's like me going through life and trying to figure out, I know that I breathe, but trying to figure out why and how everything happens when it comes to me breathing. But if I try to figure out and I try to find all the answers when it comes to breathing, I'm gonna go throughout my whole life and never actually value the breath that I do have. Value that moment of the breath that I have. And we tend to overlook our blessings because we want to know how we get them. We want to wonder how it happens, how this, how that. And we're so bent on trying to figure out why, trying to figure out how does this work? Why does this happen like this? It in life, things happen. Things happen good, things happen bad, and like we can't control what happens in the world, but we can control what happens in here. We can control what happens in here. And that's the biggest thing, because when we change other people's lives, it has to be you, your experiences, your mindset being placed upon someone else to help them to see something different. Because that's really where change happens. Change first happens within. All the change that you see in the world, if you look into a room and you see a chair, most people see a piece of furniture. But in essence, what I see an idea. I see someone's vision for something that at the moment when they first had that vision didn't come to pass. When they initially saw it, they had to work. They had to put effort. They had to push themselves to see what was in here come to right here. And it's crazy because we want to live our life and know how all the time. But what I would tell y'all is, don't live life trying to figure out how. Don't live life trying to figure out how so much to the point you miss out on living life. You live life trying to figure out how to come to the end of your life to find out you never lived life. And it should be more than that. It should be more. It should be more than you just settling, trying to figure out one thing. Because you trying to figure out something can prohibit you from getting to your blessing on time. It could withhold you from moving expediently to your dreams, your goals, your aspirations, you changing other people's lives. And that's where it has to be different for you. If you want to see change, change. You change. You're not always going to know how it happens, but the fact that you know that it happens, that should be good enough. And obviously, we live in a society that's inundated where people want to know why. Like, they want to figure out, like, why this happens, why bad stuff happens, why people die. But I can tell you that all things, all goals that have been accomplished, that have changed the world, that have changed people's lives, that person's initial intent wasn't just to change their life, it was to do it for someone else. And that's, you owe it to yourself. You owe it to yourself to not settle. To not spend your whole life trying to figure out how, to the point you don't get things done. You make it to step one and you try to figure out step one, and you never get to step two because you're still trying to figure out how you made it to step one. So with that being said, faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. Faith, I've realized faith is just not from a biblical standpoint, just from people who believe in God. People practice faith throughout the world. people who changed the world, they had the faith that they could change the world. They had the faith that although it wasn't there when they first initially thought it, that it would come to pass. And that's what we have to get in our lives. You have to be willing to give up what you are right now to become who you want to be in the future at any moment. Because I found out it's better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than have an opportunity not be prepared. Because our whole lives, I see it all the time, people are not prepared. People perish for the lack of knowledge. People are so in tune within themselves, trying to figure out how this, how that, and they never come to find an answer because they don't do. You want to know why, but you fail to do. So with that being said, I hope all of y'all have a blessed Monday. I hope all of y'all have a blessed day where you can bless someone else's life and impact and place something into someone else's life that they need. So with that being said, I hope all y'all have a great day. God bless.